Hi everyone, today's reading is on President Zelensky. The first thing I have to say is that this is for entertainment purposes only, my thoughts and opinions, and it shouldn't be treated as fact in any way. Okay, so with this one, the first thing I'm going to go into is the Trump-Zelensky argument on TV yesterday. And what I get from that is that it's what you can't see that counts. So it's things that's happening behind the scenes that led to it, not what you've actually seen in public. And what I get is these two sides of the coin. And the first one is the US administration. And what I'm getting around that is that they feel as though Zelensky has more faces than a clock, in that there's things being said to US ambassadors and US politicians that are then, there's a different story in public and in front of the media, and that's the frustration on that side. With the Ukrainian side, with Zelensky, I keep getting that there's people around him, they're advising him, and it's very, very ill thought through advice. What I get is that there's this collective of people, there's a female head, so I'm feeling like the EU, and it's more to do with point scoring and basically an attempt to embarrass the US administration than it is about a peace deal in Ukraine. Now, that was a bit of a disaster. I feel as though tomorrow, after this meeting in London, there's going to be, the usual announcements that things are going to be great, there's all this support, and there's a collective of them together, they all stand strong. However, I don't feel as though there'll be any firm action taken after the meeting. So I don't feel as though there's going to be any boots on the ground. I keep getting something to do with aircraft over the next few months. So there could be further aircraft, military planes sent over to Ukraine. I do get that for Zelensky, over the next couple of months, there's this disaster coming, but it's at home, so it's within Ukraine. And it's to do with him and his government. And I keep getting that things are going to be revealed. Now, I keep getting that there's these scandals. One of them I do feel is to do with the aid, the military aid that's being given. Especially the US one, I feel as though Musk will do some sort of, he's going to do some sort of deep dive to find out where this aid went and what type of companies they had. Now, one of the scandals is to do with the Ukrainian government, the aid, the fraud and things like that, corruption. And any country at war, when it's getting billions of dollars in, there will be corruption at some level somewhere down the chain. But this one that's going to be revealed over the next few months, I feel is it's to do with logistics or transport, and that's going to come out, and there's all these family members. I also get this cover-up that's going to be revealed. Now, with this one, it's a little more sinister. So this isn't to do with fraud and money laundering. This one I feel is to do with actual deaths. So what I'm getting from the cards is that people were killed. They were either hostages, prisoners of war, something like that. And there's some sort of video or hidden evidence of that. And what they say, what their cards are telling me is that when those events happened, the Ukrainian government covered it up. And that's what's going to be revealed over the next few months. It's the Zelensky administration kept it quiet, not just him. In both of these scandals, and I think there's more than two, there's a group involvement in them, it's a collective. And I'm also getting quite a lot of family members of anyone who's involved in the Ukrainian government too. I do get that Zelensky will resign. I do get that he's going to be out of power somehow within the next 3 months. I feel like he's going to hold on though until he's effectively his hand is forced and he has to leave. It's under a bit of a cloud. I also get there's prison coming, and there's quite a few people in this. There's one male in particular that's quite important, and he's, a lot of it's to do with fraud with him. I also keep getting death or deaths over the water, and there's going to be this big news story about that. I don't know if it's a boat or a ship, but there's some sort of big news story around Ukraine and Zelensky, and it's to do with these deaths over the water. I also get that the male who's arrested, who's put in jail, he's quite important, and he's linked to Zelensky, as in Zelensky is his power supply. Zelensky is the one who gave him his position, and I do feel as though together they worked and helped cover something up. I get that they've travelled together too, and this male has some sort of, he has a bit of a celebrity status because of Zelensky, but I don't feel that the next few months are good months for him, and I do feel that it's from within Ukraine that's when things start to go really wrong for Zelensky.